100 posts! To celebrate 100 posts of snarky ridiculousness,
we're going to be covering a choose-your-own-adventure book.
Goosebumps, Reader Beware, Choose Your Own Scare. Number 5, Night in Werewolf Woods. We each read this book separately and recorded these videos without watching each other's videos.
I don't know what Sweeney chose, and she doesn't know what I chose, and I guess I'll finally know when this is all edited together and up on the blog. The entire story is told in the second person, and it's pretty annoying.
As if I didn't already hate the children of Goosebumps books enough, now I have to be one of them.
Like, I would never do any of these things, or be this stupid, or be outside in the woods at all.
I've already resolved that I'm going to make all of my decisions by using what I know about scary movies and doing whatever I can to off myself as soon as possible.
So we start the book, and my parents are taking me on a vacation. And I'm very upset because they've invited Mr. and Mrs. Morris along and their nerdy son, Todd. How nerdy is Todd?
You can't believe it. Your worst nerdmare just came true.
Bum, bum, bum.
We get to the lake and Todd shows up, and then there's this note inviting us to a kids-only thing. Kids only is basically Goosebumps for pedo bear alert. I mean monsters. Monsters ahead!
At that moment, the three Murphy brothers bike up and they start making fun of Todd for being a big nerd. And I mean, I guess he kind of is, but also their names are Jess, Buck, and Sharky. So I don't think Jess, Buck, and Sharky really have any room to make fun of anybody.
Sharky Murphy steals Todd's collection of something completely stupid and unimportant. Todd starts to cry, but apparently I have at least some vaguely redeeming qualities, and I decided I'm going to go get the thing back for him. This
presents us with the first choice of the book. I go after the figurines by myself, or I take Todd with me to go get the figurines.
Based on my knowledge of scary movies, going off alone is always a surefire way to, get yourself killed. So obviously I ditched Todd.
If I'm gonna go after something, you're not gonna be at the cabin chilling. So I go to page 6 because I'm gonna drag him along. And on page 6, we are informed that Todd's sinuses clog up, so he can't come. So I have to go to page 9 anyway. So in fact, your first choice of the book is not really a choice at all. Nope, not a choice.
So the kids are all sitting around a campfire and Sharky Murphy is telling them a werewolf story.
Wouldn't you know, tonight is the full moon.
At some point, I overhear Sharky Murphy telling some people that he buried the box that contained Todd's stuff.
So I have to decide whether I'm going to go after them tonight or if I'm going to wait until tomorrow night.
I'm not gonna get my annoying fictional self killed by going back to the cabin. So into the woods I go.
I don't want to prolong this anymore. I'm not sure if that's the way that it works. Let's get this party started.
There's this really ridiculous poem.
The werewolves of Woods World, they love to see red. So that box that was Todd's is now their box instead. The werewolves of Woods World disappear at dawn. So you must find the box before the night is gone.
Shortly thereafter I hear a noise and I get super scared, but it turns out to be just Todd. And I'm kind of relieved because the kid brought a flashlight. Did I seriously just wander into the woods in the middle of the fucking night without a flashlight? Really?
Todd and I start to hear mysterious noises, and then suddenly the ground beneath our feet turns wet and slippery. Oh guys, no, it's a cave. No, it's only a cave. That's why it's wet and slippery. From inside the cave is a mysterious voice and it's calling out to me, and Todd's all, dude, do not go in there.
My choice is to leave the cave or go in. The creepy cave that's inexplicably calling my name sure sounds like a death cave to me.
I decide to go in the cave. In real life, I wouldn't be in the woods at all. So, I'm adventuring this up.
Then all of a sudden we're sliding and we don't know what's going on. And my next choice, I can either open my eyes or keep them closed because I can't bear to look. How is that actually a choice?
Keep them closed forever? Is this
The suspense. I resent this question.
Clearly, I'm gonna open my eyes.
Obviously I open my eyes. And then there's bats everywhere! I double checked and as it turns out, I chose wrong. Had I chosen to keep my eyes closed instead of bats, it would have been werewolves, and then the book ends on that page. How does whether or not I open my eyes change what is around me in the cave? Anyway, I chose to open them, so bats it is.
And Todd's out, oh, don't worry, they're not gonna hurt you. They may just take chunks of hair out of your head. Todd is basically jizzing his pants over this fact because his bats are all over him, and I really don't want to think more about that.
And then he sort of disappears into this tunnel. So my next choice is whether or not to go in after him. At this point, I'm really beginning to question my horror movie strategy.
At this point, I've had enough adventure.
But the alternative to going in after him is going to ask adults for help.
I think I'm gonna go run for help. But also because I know that I don't actually have enough upper body strength to pull anybody out of anywhere.
And I've read enough of these books by now to know that the adults of Scholastic books are the most useless human beings just ever.
So I'm gonna go for help. I get lost as I leave. I get lost in the cave, and that actually does sound like something that would happen to me. me, there is an ice room inside this cave. No, it doesn't make any sense. And you know what doesn't make more sense is that there's werewolves frozen in the ice. Why, you ask? Don't ask why. And naturally, once I walk in, they all start melting. But they don't actually notice me. They just, you know, melt, growl a little, and pay no attention to me, so that worked out well.
So I go in after him, but then the tunnel forks, and so I can either go towards the sound of waves or to the sound of wolves. Since there's no indication as to which one will actually lead me to Todd, and since this is supposed to be a werewolf book, I chose the wolves.
For some reason that is beyond my control, because even though this is a choose your own adventure, you don't actually get to choose very much, I start to follow the werewolves, and then I hear howling.
As it turns out, the sound is not the sound of werewolves, but the sound of Todd howling like a werewolf because he heard the werewolves and thought that he could convince them that he was one of them. Seriously? Anyway, so then I hear the werewolves coming too, and then Todd's all, oh my god, you gotta howl too so they don't come after us. But then there's like this bottomless pit that I can jump over, and so my choice is to either do what I want to do and jump over the pit or howl.
Howl or jump over a bottomless pit. Like, I'm gonna howl.
I jump over the pit, and then there are trolls. Yeah, trolls. I don't know.
So I start, you know, howling, and the werewolves stay away, and that's it. No, seriously, that's it. The book ends with, good job, keep up the howling until ... So you get enough courage to jump over the bottomless pit? I'm not sure. These kids probably die of hunger because they're howling and they have nowhere to get out. And I'm pretty sure their parents wouldn't notice either because they're negligent parents.
The trolls like ambush me and tie me up, and at this point I just don't understand what the hell is going on. At the bottom of that page I'm given a choice. I can either think about what to do or scream for help. What are these choices? I choose to think about what to do. Again, I check to see if I chose right. I did not. Screaming for help would have gotten me killed right away. I'm really bad at this. So while I'm thinking, the trolls are like examining me, and then all of a sudden I'm all, dude, I have a secret plan. I turn to the page to find out what my secret plan is, and I have something called super strength O's. All of a sudden, I grow crazy Hulk muscles. So I break free of the trolls and I stroll on back to the cabin, literally brushing the dirt off my shoulders. The end.
So, I mean, the moral of the story is don't go camping, don't go to the woods.
So I went into this book trying to get my fictional self killed as quickly as possible. Basically just succeeded in making it last a whole lot longer.
Don't collect figurines that you're gonna get super attached to and place value on them over, like, the possibility of seeing a werewolf. Don't care about nerds. Let them cry.
Who didn't even succeed in getting the stupid fictional kid killed. There were never any actual werewolves in my book. I mean, there was the noise of what two dumb Goosebumps kids believed were werewolves, but I never encountered any actual werewolves. I encountered trolls. Super strength though, capsule.
Also, you know, when someone tells you that this is going to be a choose your own adventure book, it's not going to be a lot of choices, and it's not going to be very adventure-y. So those are all the things that I learned through this.
You've really outdone yourself here, R.L. Stein and Ghostwriting Collective.